I hope you are hale and hearty and staying at your home just at this moment before the television set and with your smartphone to enjoy the class. Dear learners, welcome to ACC English online class arranged by the district administration and the concerned authorities. This is MD Yarul Islam, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Srimanta Adarsh College, Satkira. Learners, I would like to thank the present government and the concerned authorities for arranging such a program with the teachers and the students are getting together. We have the opportunities to get together through this online class. Dear learners, in my last class, I showed you how to use clauses in completing sentences. I mean, complete the incomplete sentence using a clause. So, to show this, I have showed you the use of some conjunctions in my last class. Today, I will also show you the use of some other conjunctions and also the use of clauses related to this conjunction. Learners, get ready. Learners, today we will learn if. This is a conjunction unless. This is also another conjunction. If means jodi, tobe or tahole. Unless means jodi na, tobe tahole. So, these are the two important conjunctions that are most related to completing sentences, related to verb correction and transformation of sentences. So, we have to know the conditions, we have to know the issues that are most related to these two conjunctions. Learners, if and unless, both these conjunctions are used before a conditional clause. If, unless, there will be a clause and this clause indicates conditions. Conditional clause. And this clause will be followed by another clause and this clause will indicate result. Result indicating clause. So, we have to use these two conjunctions before the conditional clause and this conditional clause will be followed by another clause that will indicate result of this condition. Learners, so now I am showing you what are the conditions in the forms of finite verb in both clauses. When this part will be present indefinite, the next part will be present indefinite or future indefinite. Learners, so from the first class we get the notion of having present indefinite and the last class will be either present indefinite or future indefinite. Okay, present indefinite to present indefinite, this is called zero condition. There is no condition. So, I am giving you an example of this. If we hit ice. It turns into water. So, there is the clause in present indefinite and the next clause is in also present indefinite. So, there is no condition, but in the case of the second term, I mean present indefinite, then this present indefinite clause will be followed by future indefinite. It is as usual seen in completing sentences. So, I am showing you an example of this. He fails in English every year. Every year he fails in English. Okay. If he studies hard, then there is a gap. As there is the conjunction, I mean subordinate conjunction, and we have a clause here, I mean subordinate clause. So, this subordinate clause will be followed by a principal clause, and in this gap we have to use a clause, and this clause will indicate the result of his studying hard. The result of his studying hard will be expressed through the clause. So, if he studies hard, he will surely pass in English. Okay. And we have to notice the method that we have to maintain the relation. We have to maintain the relation among the sentences. There is another sentence, he fails in English every year. So, you will not use such a sentence that will express he will surely get A plus in English. Why? Because he fails in English every year. So, you have to use such an expression that will be very much suitable to this sentence, to the meaning of this sentence. He is weak in English, so he fails in English every year. So, it is quite impossible for him to get A plus in English. Though he is studying hard, he will surely pass in English. Okay? He will not surely get A plus. So, you have to maintain a chain. You have to maintain a chain of meaning among the sentences. Okay? In your SSC level, I think you found, you got this incomplete sentence in such a way, and there you I think had not to face such kind of sentence before the incomplete sentence. So, in that case, what you had to do, you generally use, if he studies hard, he will surely pass in English, or he will surely get A plus in English. But as there is another sentence, so you have to maintain the chain of meaning here. He fails in English every year, so he is weak in English. For this reason, it is possible for him studies English after studies to get pass mark in English. So, in such a way we can complete the incomplete sentence. Dear learners, if and unless we have three conditions regarding these two conjunctions, if and unless. I have already showed you a condition that is called present condition. Here present indefinite or future indefinite, we have to use the present form of modal. Suppose you are allowed to use shall, will, can, may, must, and so on. I mean the present form of the model. So, as there is the present indefinite, I mean simple present form in the conditional clause. So, you are allowed to use here the present form of modal auxiliaries, and then these auxiliaries are followed by the present form of main verb, and also you are allowed to use simple present tense, I mean present indefinite. So, this is called present condition. Okay, learners. Now, I will show you the second conditions case of this. Learners, we have to keep on thing in mind. If is affirmative, but unless is negative. If is used to add affirmative plus another affirmative clauses. I mean two clauses that will be in affirmative and the rest on will be affirmative. If is also used negative plus negative. So, two equal sense or expressions of both clauses are added by using the conjunction if. Affirmative, affirmative, negative, negative. But in the case of unless is always used before a affirmative clause, and this affirmative will be followed by a negative clause. Okay, learners, as there is the negative form, negative meaning in unless, so the afterwards clause will be affirmative, but the next clause, I mean this affirmative clause will be negative. Why? Because there is the negative sense in this conjunction, dear learners, and the conditions regarding verbal pattern of the finite verbs in both clauses will be the same in case of in the case of if or unless. Learners, now I am going to show you the second condition that related to this conjunction if and unless. Second condition, if or unless the conditional sentence when it will be past indefinite, past tense or past indefinite, I mean verb 2, then the other clause will be in first form, I mean the first form of modal auxiliaries, first form of modals, then verb 1. So, if we use these two conjunctions if and unless before past tense, I mean the clause that is in past indefinite tense, I mean where we find the verb 2, then the other clause will be used, will be in past form. I mean we have to use the past form of the modal auxiliaries. Shall would be should, will would be would, can, could, may, maybe might, and must we have to use had to. So, in such a way we can use the past form of modal would, could, might, and so on, then verb 1. So, this is called the past condition. Why? Because here is the past form of the main verb and we have the past form of the modal auxiliaries. So, now I will show you the example of this condition. This is called the second condition, I mean the past condition or unless. Learners, unless you did the job, then the gap. So unless you did the job, then we have to use a clause. Here is the negative sense, unless you did the job. Then I would punish you. Unless you did the job, I would punish you, or I would not pay you. Okay, dear learners, so in such a way we can complete the second condition in the case of if or unless. Now I am showing you the third condition that are most related to these two conjunctions. Third condition, learners, if or unless. Then third condition, I mean there will be the subject and then the subject will be followed by the principal verb, and when in the first clause we will find had plus verb 3, I mean past perfect, then the remaining clause will be in perfect condition. So what we have to use there? Perfect condition, would have, could have, might have, then verb 3. So these are the conditions that are used through the finite verbs of both clauses. Whenever we will find the perfect past perfect tense in the first clause, I mean conditional clause, had plus verb 3, then we have to use would have, could have, might have in the last clause, and then this have will be followed by verb 3, I mean the verb past participle form of the main verb. Okay, learners, unless he had studied hard, then the gap. Unless he studied hard, then we have to, as there is had plus verb 3, we have to use perfect condition, I mean would have, could have, might have, he, as there is unless, he would not have got a plus. Learners, so this is the that are maintained through these two conjunctions, if and unless. At first I have showed you the first condition, present indefinite with present indefinite or future indefinite. I mean in future indefinite we have to use shall, will, these auxiliaries, and with other modal auxiliaries we can fill up the conditions. I mean we have to use the present form of modal auxiliaries in the last clause, but in the second condition we have to make the first clause past, I mean verb 2, then we have to use the past form of this modal auxiliaries. So would, could, might, these are the past form of modal auxiliaries. We have to use these modal auxiliaries in the second condition, in the last clause, I mean result indicating clause. And in the case of third condition, what you have to use in the first clause, we have to use had plus verb 3, I mean past perfect, and this clause will be used, such a clause where you have to use would have, might have, and this modal auxiliaries will be followed by verb 3. Okay, learners, when we are use when we are using had before the main verb will be verb 3, and we have to use another had after this model, but we know that after modal auxiliaries we have to use the base form of any verb. So this had is being this had is turning to have. Why? Because have is the base form of this had. So we have to use would have, could have, might have, and after this have we have to use the verb 3. Okay, dear learners, already I have showed you 3 examples of these 3 conditions. This is the last one. Unless he had studied hard, as there is no negative sense apparently, but there is the negative expression within this conjunction. So we have to use not or negative word in the second clause. So unless he studied hard, he would not have got A plus. In such a way, we can use 3 conditional clauses in the case of if and unless. Learners, had, we have to know the use of had as conjunction. Had is used instead of if. Learners, in some sentences or in some cases we find had as instead of if. Had, then had will be followed by subject, and we know that after had we have to use the verb 3 form of principal verb, then the extension and the another clause. So here had means jodi. It works as like as the conjunction if. So as there is had and had plus verb 3, verb 3. So the next clause will be in the form of perfect condition. So the clause will start with subject, then we have to use would have, could have, might have, then verb 3, and lastly the extension. So whenever we find had before the subject in such a condition, what we have to do, we have to maintain the third condition as like as if. Okay, had you seen before? What we have to use here? Had you seen before? You have to use the same subject you. Then we must use these auxiliaries would have, then we have to use past participle form of verb. We have punished. There will be me. Had you seen me before, you would have punished me. Learners, this is as like as the third condition of if or unless. Okay, so we have just finished the conditional clause, this clause related conjunction. Now it is the turn for though and although. Though and although. These are the two important subordinate conjunctions that are followed by subordinate clause. I mean the clause is called subordinate clause. So, jodio tobuo in Bengali, their meanings are jodio tobuo. Okay, learners, you know that though and although, these two conjunctions always add two opposite meaning indicating clauses. Okay, so if you get here good sense, then you have to use bad sense in the next clause. Or if you get here something positive, then you have to use here the negative, something negative. If you got here something large, you have to express the next clause in the sense of expressing a small, large or tiny. So we have to use these two clauses to add two opposite meaning indicating clauses. Learners, if I give you an example, I think the thing will be clear to you. Here is a point here, an important point be used in the middle portion of the two clauses, and this though is this though can be used before the two clauses at a time. This can be used at the starting point or in the middle portion of both clauses, but although always sits before the starting position of both the clauses. Learners, though he is poor, he is poor. So, his poverty is his weakness. So, we have to use such an expression that will express something good in favor of the agent he. So, as poor, we have to use something positive regarding the subject he. Though he is poor, he is honest. So, here we have used this is the bad nation poor, I mean weak point. Afterwards, this weak point has been followed by the a strong point regarding the subject he. Honest, poor, and the opposite sense indicating what? Honest. Generally, we see that in our society, a man who is poor may be dishonest, but in the case of our subject he, though he is poor, he is not dishonest, I mean he is honest. In such a way, we can fill up the gaps that are most related to the conjunctions though and although. Dear learners, I am giving you another example. Though Bangladesh is a small country, this is surely the weak point regarding Bangladesh, I mean our country. The area of this country is so much small. So, we have to use we have to use something that is expressing the strong, I mean positive point regarding Bangladesh, positive sense or expression regarding Bangladesh. A small but or it is full of natural resources. So, as this is this clause is indicating the negative point, bad sense regarding our country Bangladesh, but in the last class we have find that there is the expression that is expressing the strongest point of our country. Our country is full of natural resource. So, such kind of expression, opposite expressions are added using the conjunction though and although. Though can be used in the middle portion of both clauses, but although is always used before the starting point, position of both the clauses. Dear learners, now I am going to show you conjunction as if and as though. As if and as though. These two are the conjunctions that indicate the same meaning. Their Bengali meaning is, they are mostly used in the middle position of both the clauses. Before them we got a clause and after them we have also another clause. So, there is a condition, conditions. What is the condition? The condition is in the forms of finite verb in both clauses. Learners, there will be a clause when the clause will be present tense, simple present tense or present indefinite. So, the verb will be verb on or s or es, verb on plus s or es. This is indicating present indefinite tense. Then the clause that will be followed by this, the conjunctions are followed by the clause, we have to use verb to. So, verb 1, verb 2. But in the case of past tense, whenever the first clause will be in past indefinite tense, the main verb will be verb 2. So, we have to use had plus verb 3. So, we can keep them in mind in such a way: verb 1, verb 2, had plus verb 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. 1, 2, 2, 3. In such a way, we can keep them in mind, learners. Now, look at the example. He behaves. As if, then we have to use a clause in this gap. Why? Because there is a conjunction. This conjunction is used mostly in the middle portion of both clauses. So, we have a clause and this conjunction will be followed by another clause, and we have to maintain the conditions between two finite verbs. Here finite verb, and the finite verb is in verb 1 plus s. So, what we have to use here? We have to use verb 2. Okay. He behaves as if he knew it. Learners, he behaves as if he knew it. But when we find the first clause in past tense, he behaved Learners, there may have a sentence, he failed in English. Okay, this is the sentence, and then there is the incomplete sentence. He behaved as if. What we have to use here? We have to use a clause where we have to use had plus verb 3. Okay, learners, he failed in English. He behaved as if. So how we can complete the gap? He behaved as if. He behaved as if he had got A plus in English. Learners, he behaved as if he had got A plus in English. Okay. So we have to maintain a chain that is most related to the earlier sentences. Here is a sentence, he failed in English. So we have to arrange the sentence in such a way that the meaning is mostly connected to the earlier sentences. He behaved as if he had got A plus in English. Learners, we have to practice more and more to do well in this item. Okay, dear learners, thank you for staying with me for a long time. Thank you once again.